So there's probably a pretty big difference between saying that you do a thing and doing a thing, I think probably, right? And I was thinking it, he's sitting here thinking it's about time for Fasnacht. So we're just gonna play some Fallout 76 for a second here and we'll show what that's like on PikaOS after 6.5 days. Um for everybody's probably pretty familiar with this experience here. This is um Mango HUD is what that is. Um Probably should be on a character that could carry it if I'm alone, right? I don't know how ready or not ready this character is going to be for this. It's probably going to be a very busy server, so it won't matter anyway. But I was finding some more roundup I had for Eastern time, U.S. Eastern. It would be 4 or 5 in the morning. I start to run into servers where there's 6 or 8 players here, but they're all just the ones left that are AFK. Like there's no active players anymore. And like you got to show up with your eggs and your beeswax and all your horse shit, or it gets really hard to solo it. And that's probably not the case at this time of day, but whatever. I'm gonna bring must be mostly ready here.
Insufficiently festive in parade march location. Fasnacht match. Missing armed decorator unit. Retrying.
Okay, so we got to do Steins.
Replace corrupt data.
Yeah, we got those probably. Yep, we got those.
Data set.
What do we got to do? Nobody's done wood. Nope, the guy's not here. Um, oh, I might have intestines on me.
You must have a strong stomach repository.
Yep,
You'll be interested in sausage, bacon,
and that's it.
tails, small animal intestines.
That's the thing. I mean, I guess to be fair, probably a lot of players are just like they don't give 2 fucks anymore about this game. But then at that point, then what are you here for trying to get a fucking mask for? Go eat a dick somewhere. But like in the off time, like in between the events, like I'll go make sure, I'll go gather some wood and I'll run through town here once and pick up all the steins because they respawn every 15 minutes. I'll server hop a time or two during the day and grab plenty of beeswax so that I could run this event 10 times solo if I had to. Like when you can jump down in the river and grab the eggs, even if somebody else is doing it, you go down there and do it too. And if you have the food doesn't spoil perk on, you'll always have eggs on you. You'll always have intestines on you. And when you have to start this event off, you can literally start it off by yourself in a few seconds if you have wax and intestines and wood and eggs. There's no dicking around. Like you don't need anybody's help. Only one robot has to survive. So even if you're not a strong player or the end boss is like say the Agua or whatever and you're by yourself, um you'll still get your mask. Like there's no reason to complain if everybody's AFK and you're here by yourself. There's really not. Like if you didn't prepare, you only have yourself to blame, really. In the frame rate is pretty typical to be not anywhere around my refresh rate. It plays well. Like, it doesn't feel like it's hitting 52, 54 frames, but it definitely is. So, I mean, it's server restriction. You know, like, the game doesn't, like, it doesn't feel bad or look bad. It just, you don't get your frames. Which I guess that's okay. But another thing I really like about PikaOS, well, not PikaOS, I guess specifically, but Linux in general, is the Mango HUD overlay. It's so easy to install it, set it up. Literally in whatever you're on. Like, say if you're on, like, for easy sake, let's say it's Linux Mint. You type, sudo apt install Mango HUD, and it installs Mango HUD. And then you type sudo apt install Goverlay, and it installs Goverlay, however you want to say that, which is the program that if you don't know how to configure it yourself, it's a GUI program to configure Mango HUD to show and work how you want it to. So, I mean, it's literally brainless to get it installed and get in, do it and get it working. And it looks as nice and shows the information and stuff as nice as the Riva Tuner, all that MSI Afterburner horse shit hoops you have to jump through on Windows, which I'll be honest, I never felt like investing the time and effort in all the dicking around to get that to, like, look good and be ordered the way you want and, like, make sense, and, like, fuck that. And there's nothing you can install on Windows that just looks that nice and shows that much, and you can change all the colors if you want. And, like, that's another thing that, like, Linux does some shit much fucking better than it gets done on Windows. And I guess that's a perfect example. So yeah, I mean, there was a couple times when I was going to switch back to Windows because of this issue or that issue. Primarily early in my journey when I was trying distros like Ubuntu and Linux Mint and stuff. And there was gaming issues that made me want to switch back or think about switching back to Windows. And the way Mango HUD looks on the screen, if you're gonna, do a stream or make a video or whatever, like, the way it looks nice on your screen was a factor that drew me back to Linux when I was considering escape early, when I was still, to a degree overwhelmed and confused and so on and so forth. Like, how that looks drew me back. The fact that right now it's basically just, besides what I turned on or off, it's just, that's like the colors and everything. That's how it comes out of the box. But I mean, there's been times where I've really spent a lot of time customizing it and changing the layout and changing the colors and all that. And it's something that, I mean, maybe it's just easy to me, but I feel like, considering that I struggle with a lot of shit, if something's easy to me, it's probably pretty handleable for most people. And when I think something's easier than something else, it probably is. Or maybe I don't give myself credit. I don't know. But I mean, the cursor thing is frustrating. But there's no issues with alt tabbing and stuff. Don't think you guys need help. Can't believe somebody gave up a Fasnacht beret. Really? He was a lingerer. Just give us the stuff. Let me see. Get a mask. Come on. Mask it up. Come on. Come on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, somebody got to light it? Somebody light it. Nope. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. You know, glowing. I think that's the rare one, right? Like, that's the one that you have the, like, shitty chance for? Because I think I got the other one a few times. Well, on my other, you know what I mean, on each character. And then I got a glowing mask on this character. This character seems to be more luckier than my other ones. Like I get the rare mask and the rare player title on this character. My other character, like, I ran that character's level 58 now, I think, and I ran that literally like I was here at level 2. Like Fasnacht was literally how that character's grown up, and that character hasn't gotten anything besides, like, you know, the common mask from 3 years ago. So it's just, I think that there's a certain degree of luck that characters, I think some trigger must be baked in when you walk out of the vault, because you know, that's something that I do. Most of my characters are very low level. Like, I don't really have high level characters. And in fact, this is my highest level character. And what I think is that certain attributes, if you want to call it that, are baked into the character when you exit the vault at creation, or however you want to say it. Because I've had certain tunes that got all kinds of crazy rare items. And then I've had other ones that just never got fucking nothing. But it's always been the same account. So it isn't, the luck isn't the account that affects it. It's the actual character. So if you're not having any luck getting a fucking mask here, make a new character. If you run 3 Fasnachts and you don't get a good mask, make another character. If you run 3 Fasnachts and you get a good mask, stick on that character for the rest of Fasnacht and you'll have 4 or 5 good fucking masks. I'll have to do a video on just that, because I'm telling you, it's a thing. But it's, I guess it came into my mind, and that's what happens when you don't script your videos. But what I wanted to do was just basically that. Just pop into the game and just show that, like, that this is where we're at. You know, I mean, I don't know where we're at now. It's probably been another hour or two. 6 days, 14 hours, and 1 minute. And, like, I mean, it's just, it's fucking bulletproof. Like, I wish that there was I wish I could talk about problems, because that seems like what all the other Linux creators are doing that makes tons of video views, is when they find it, when there's an issue, or when they can talk about a distro that's not quite right or something, or when they can critique something that isn't fucking perfect. And I don't know where this is going to go, because there's nothing fucking bad to say. I don't know. So, I mean, until the next one, I've been 7.